Okay, we're underneath the hood of our 1971 Challenger Convertible. Didn't start life this way, but at this point in time it does have a 446 pack in it. Aluminum intake manifold, Edelbrock. It does have the Mopar tri-power setup on it. Mopar valve pan covers on it, finned aluminum. New water pump. You can see the engine is a complete fresh rebuild on it. New alternator, new plug wires, Prestolite distributor, power steering, a heavy-duty aluminum radiator, new battery. All the lines, hoses are all fresh, everything nice and soft, everything correct the way it should be. Wiper bottle, everything on this vehicle is just the way it should be from the factory in 1971 as a 446 pack car. Fantastic engine. These things made tons of horsepower. They rated them at 390. Far exceeded that number. They ran really, really strong. This particular one has an automatic transmission with it. Very nice, clean compartment with one of the finest, strongest motors ever released by Detroit. Hi, you're at Hanksters in Daytona Beach, Florida. And today our guest on the floor is a 71 Challenger RT style convertible. Does have a 446 pack in it at this point in time. It's Plum Crazy, black convertible top. Fantastic looking car. Nice paint job on it. Plum Crazy, of course. RT designation on the front. The correct Mopar hood pins and hardware for them. Grille is still original. Still has the silver argent paint on it. Bumper fitment is really, really nice on this car. Even has the little rubber ends still intact on them. Has the TA style spoilers underneath it. Beautiful front end. Trim around the headlights the same way. There's no dents, no marks in them, no deterioration on the anodized finish on any of it. Got a great front end on this car. There's absolutely nothing that I see out of line. The hood gap on this side and across the back, there, up through the windshield, you can see is straight as an arrow both ways. About 1/8 of an inch. Fitment to the fenders is really, really, really nice. Really straight, nice front end on this car. Let's see what's on the side. Okay, on the driver's side of our RT style 446 pack convertible, side marker light is absolutely nice and fresh the way it should be. The plastic is nice. The striping is really, really nice on this car. Fender lip molding, no dents or dings in it. Rally wheels. Everybody loves the rally wheels on these cars, and this particular one has the correct trim rings and centers on them also. Fitment to the fender and door, just as nice as you could possibly ever hope to find one. Correct arms, incorrect blades on it. It has a modern style set of wiper blades on it as opposed to the original ones. Tinted windshield. Trim around the windshield. Very nice. Very nice condition. Set of color keyed sport mirrors go along with the Plum Crazy. Door, absolutely no marks, no dings. Absolutely nothing. Fitment to the rear quarters, beautiful. Chrome on the door handle is as nice as you'd ever find. The whiskers and wipes for the windows, nice and soft, pliable, and fresh. You can see that they're new. Rocker panel molding, no dents or marks on it either. Really, really a nice car so far. Trim around the windows is all nice. The rubber's still fresh. The top is absolutely brand new. There's no marks on this top anywhere. Absolutely none. The vinyl is as fresh as the day it was put on in 1970. I'm sure this is a replacement top, but it's absolutely flawless. Our little vents on the side here, real nice. Fender lip in the rear, same as the front, no marks. Striping is beautiful on this car. Everything lines up really well on this vehicle so far. Glass window, of course, in the top. Quarter panel. Side marker light nice and fresh. This car's laser straight down the sides. You can't even, again, you can't see the doors unless you get about this point. You can see the door gaps. It's as nice as you'll ever find one. Driver's side has no marks, no dings, no deviations. Haven't found a stone chip on it yet either. Absolutely nothing. Let's see what's on the back. Okay, back end of our 71 Challenger. You can see the fitment of this deck lid is absolutely beautiful. You could not find a better fitting hood or deck lid on this car. Everything lines up as it should. Optional luggage rack on the rear deck. Original paint around the tail lights, still the Argent Silver type. Challenger designation on the back. Tail light lenses are absolutely beautiful. They're just as smooth and shiny as could possibly be. Bumperettes are lined up nice as could be also. And again, no cutouts on the back for the pipes which exit in front of the wheels, Trans Am style on this particular car. But the pan on the back has no pulls or dents or anything in it either. Chrome on the bumper. Really, really nice. And the fitment. A little further out on this side than that side. Again, it's going to be an adjustment. Just tuck that baby in about another 1/4 of an inch and it'll line up perfectly with that side. That's the only thing we've found so far. Let's see what's on the passenger side. Okay, down our passenger side, the gas filler door, absolutely brand new, the way it should be. Nice and shiny chrome. Side marker light, really nice. No marks, no flaws in the paint at all whatsoever. Nothing so far. Quarter panel. Nothing. Paint on this car is absolutely beautiful. Someone did a fantastic job. Again, the door to the quarter panel. You'd never find one fit any better than that. Some of these E-body cars are actually better than the B-body cars fitment-wise, which is surprising, but they are. Rubber on the, still original rubbers, but they're still pliable on the rear windows. Door handle, chrome, nice and fresh on that. Again, our right-hand mirror matches the one on the left, color keyed. Window wipes, absolutely brand new. Rubbers on the top. They're replaced too. They're brand new, soft. No dings, no marks, no. That came off, whatever it was. Can't find anything on the door. Again, the trim around the windshield. No marks or dings or anything on it. Original equipment Mopar antenna. Door to front fender. You can see the fitment on this car is just out of this world. It's just absolutely beautiful. A little tiny bit of a dinghy right here. You won't see it. It's so small. Actually, it's underneath a little bit, but you won't see it. But there's one there. Side marker light, flash like the rest. Striping on this car is beautiful. And again, down the side of the vehicle on this side, the same as the driver's side. It's just laser straight. You'd never find a nicer fitting body or paint job on a car than this. This is as nice as could possibly be. That's really a great looking car. It's a 71 Challenger, 446 pack engine in it now. It wasn't born that way. I believe it had a 383 in it to start life. It is a convertible. It is plum crazy. If this car were a numbers correct 446 pack convertible in a 71, this car would be into the six-figure mark. You would have over $100,000 to pay for this vehicle. We're not asking anywhere close to that. You're buying the same quality car with the same performance, the same amenities that you would for one with over $100,000. Only you're not even going to be close to that mark. Take a look at the Hanksters website and you can see how reasonably you can own this car. Well, we're inside of our 1971 Plum Crazy Dodge Challenger RT style convertible. Really a straight, nice car inside. The dash isn't an overlay dash. It is the factory pad that's still pliable. Gauge cluster is real nice and clean, and all the gauges do function, by the way. The put-in tachometer does not function. It must not be hooked up or something, but the other gauges do function, and it has a strong aftermarket radio in it. Console, slap shift, automatic, power steering, wood grain wheel, correct wheel for this car, and there are no cracks in it. It still has a fresher look to it also. Most of them are completely worn out and cracked. This particular one is not. Carpeting appears to be original carpeting. A little tiny bit of a fade to it, not very much though. It could be hit with a dye and brought back to dark black again with no problem whatsoever. Seats are nice, padded. Interior in the car, front and back matches. Door panels, there's no marks or cracks or anything in the door panels or wear. The hardware on the door is all nice, bright chrome on both doors. A really nice, straight looking car inside. Door sills are fresh and clean, shiny. It has a nice, fresh look to it. It's a 71 Challenger convertible in Plum Crazy. Where can you go wrong buying something like this? You can certainly have a lot of fun in it, and it runs like it looks too. At least a 390 horse, 446 pack in it, and it's available here at Hanksters. You can have a heck of a lot of fun with this car. Hi, you're at Hanksters in Daytona Beach underneath a 1971 Dodge Challenger 440 convertible tribute car. Didn't start life as a 440 car, but it is now, and it is a six-pack car now. Chrome oil pan on it. Motor's been out and freshened up. You can see everything is nice and new and fresh. New steering box, new steering arm, pitman arm, new idler arm, new spindles on both sides, and new ball joints on both sides. How about that? Gear reduction starter. New torque converter in it. The pan in the front is not on most of the cars that we do have here in the South. They leave the pan off to get the car to ventilate a little bit better. Try to get rid of some of that heat from the converter from the transmission. 1 3/4 headers, transitioning into what appears to be about 2 1/4 inch pipes. New trans cooling lines. Notice no leaks on the engine, no leaks on the bell housing, and no leaks on the transmission also. New shocks in the front. Nice looking car so far. Subframes are very, very nice. A couple of very light superficial marks on them, but nothing to even, you can hardly even see them. You'll never see them in the video. A little tiny bit of a jack mark there, one there, just from jack stands through the years. Normal service work on these vehicles, that's it. Flowmaster style mufflers, parking brake intact and functional, still appears to be the original one with the original hardware. Brake lines going back this side appear to be the original brake lines and in very, very nice condition. Fuel lines, double fuel lines because it is 71, return line also. Up on this side, which appear to be original also. The floor pans are the original floor pans. The structural part of them is it's not disrupted in any way. No one's jacked them up on the floors at any point in time. The crimp, the pinch welds going on to the rocker panels are still there. I mean, they're still just as nice as could possibly be. No leaks on the back of the transmission. The people that did this vehicle decided to give it a little bit of a different flair. They gave it a Trans Am style exhaust out the each side in front of the rear wheels instead of transitioning it over the differential and out through the rear valance. The rear valance doesn't have the holes in it, doesn't have the marks from underneath in it. They do go out in front of the rear wheels. Has a real nice sound to it also. Again, no marks on these floor pans. I'm halfway back through the car, and there's absolutely nothing disrupted so far. Even has the original seat belt anchors in them with the seat belt still intact. Okay, neglected to mention drum brakes in the front, and they are the heavy-duty drum brakes. Drum brakes in the rear also. Multi-leaf rear suspension, still has a nice arch to them. 8 3/4 inch heavy-duty rear end. Seat belt anchors, still the original ones from the back. Torque boxes in the front. A couple little tiny marks again from being jacked up through the years, but hardly noticeable. I mean, just normal wear from being serviced through the years. New shocks in the rear, original gas tank. Floor pans in the rear are totally undisrupted. In fact, this one still has the original muffler hanger on it for this side. There's absolutely nothing that I can pick at on this car. Absolutely nada. The original tie-down brackets from whenever the car was shipped back in 1971 are still attached to the rear subframes, still intact with the original bolts on them yet. Subframes in the back still have the original primer on them. Also, it's splattered in the front here. You can see some of the original primer on the car, the gray primer from Chrysler. Drop downs into quarter panels are really nice on this car. Pan across the back has no pulls or anything on it. The substructure in the back connecting your two subframes is just as nice and straight as can possibly be. The trunk area looks like it's undisrupted also. There's the shields for the mufflers are still there too. It's really amazing. They left the shields, but they didn't put the mufflers back on the back. They transitioned them out through the front. Very nice straight car underneath. It's a 71 Challenger convertible, Plum Crazy, black top, 440, automatic, fantastic looking car for a fraction of what it would cost you for a correct one. Here at Hanksters.